best fight, the best boxing. So, Tyson Fury says Deontay Wilder is the top guy in the heavyweight division right now. While he's getting back into the swing of things. So, I find that 50-50 odd and 50-50, like a high praise. It's a high praise because Tyson Fury is the lineal WBO, WBA, and IBF heavyweight champion of the world, who's just been on a hiatus. So I'm just like, man, that's really high praise coming from him. But then, the double-edged sword of it is he isn't like Anthony Joshua. So, you could say that he's only saying that because he doesn't like Anthony Joshua. Me personally, I believe that Deontay Wilder is the top guy in the heavyweight division, with or without Tyson Fury, to be honest. But I will concede that Anthony Joshua is the cash king in the division without question. And he's the A side in all fights. But if he loses to Deontay Wilder, he's no longer the A side. And I think that's where the problem lies with the negotiations that Hearn and AJ are offering. You can offer a $12.5 million flat fee. You can offer that fee, if you're willing to take that in a rematch if you lose. Matter of fact, you can offer a $12.5 million flat fee if you're willing to take 30% in the rematch, 35%. If you're willing to take 35% in a rematch if you lose, when a $12 million flat fee offered to Deontay Wilder, that's a good deal. That is a good deal. I listened to people talking about 50-50 is a good deal in the rematch. That is not a good deal. I disagree wholeheartedly. That's not a good deal. That is not a good deal at all. Because if Anthony Joshua loses, what is he bringing to the fight? What is he bringing? He's not bringing anything. He would have no belts. He's not bringing anything. What is he bringing? UK fans? They're going to go to any fight regardless. They're not. They go to, you got fighters that are 1-0 in the UK that are filling out arenas. They might not be doing 90,000, but they're still filling out arenas. People are still going to see them. UK fans are just better supporting fans than anybody else on the planet. That is a factual statement at this moment in time. So it really doesn't matter who the UK fighter is. UK fans are going to support them, and I salute them for it. You know what I'm saying? So if you offer Deontay Wilder $12.5 million flat fee, and then say, well, if I would lose, I want 30, 35, 40%, somewhere in that range. But you cannot get the lion's share if you bring nothing to the table. You cannot get it. You cannot get half if you're bringing nothing to the table. If you lose all your belts, everything, and now you're fighting the undisputed king, you cannot say, I want half of the purse. You cannot do that. That is not a good deal. You bring nothing to the table. Nothing. But a rematch clause, but a sneaky slide-in rematch clause from the first fight. So I disagree that the rematch should be 50-50. I disagree. And, this is again, all on AJ. You can get 88% of the money for the first fight and then go back and get 35% of the money. You're still looking to make way more than Deontay Wilder, period. It would not be a 50-50 fight. It's not a 50-50 fight. But Joshua talking about in a $100 million fight, give me my $50 million up front. That is a 50-50 fight. And then you have people call Deontay Wilder a coward for not taking that fight. For not taking the $12 million with a 50-50 rematch. No date for the fight, no location of the fight, no nothing. What, man? Those are AJ fan bitches. Those are not realistic. Those are not realistic fans. They're fan bitches. They're not realistic at all. There's nothing realistic about anything that they say or do. They just ride Anthony Joshua regardless of what he says or does, which is not a realistic individual. That is the very definition of a fan bitch. It's the very definition of it. So Deontay Wilder needs to take that 12 point whatever million, as long as the percentage is higher on the other end. Fuck all the pay-per-views and all that other shit. You know, that's Joshua money. You know what I'm saying? He'll make a killing in that fight, more than anybody else. So while he's talking about Povetkin or Gerald Miller is next, why? Why is Povetkin or Gerald Miller next? You're not going to make Deontay Wilder money fighting them. You're not going to make nowhere near that amount of money fighting them. Not only are you not going to make that money fighting them, you're not going to be undisputed fighting either one of them. You can fucking pay Povetkin step aside money, or you just need to make negotiations. You have to negotiate for a fight. You don't have. You could say this fight, my fight with Povetkin is going to be after I beat Deontay Wilder. You can negotiate that. You can negotiate it for the like the beginning of next year, and then you can negotiate your fight with Wilder this year. So you become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. You're gonna make more, and you're gonna accomplish your goals. What goals are you gonna accomplish fighting Povetkin or Gerald Miller? Nobody's stupid, man. Nobody's stupid. We know good and damn well Anthony Joshua does not want this fight. He just doesn't want it. Hearn doesn't want it. They just don't. Because if they wanted it undisputed, they would make it happen. You had no problem giving everybody else a percentage. But now all of a sudden when it comes to Deontay Wilder, we're talking about a flat fee. I mean, you were saying, I don't want to disrespect Parker because he's a champion, so we gave him a good deal. Well, why are you disrespecting Wilder? He's a champion too, and he's the longest reigning champion of all the champions. So I'm not understanding, this hypocrisy. I'm not understanding this flip that, AJ's team is doing. I don't get it. If I'm trying to be fair, unbiased, and realistic, I don't understand where they're coming from. You're playing hardball. You're saying flat fee and nothing else. You're not getting no pay-per-view, and the rematch is 50-50. Like, how is that respecting a champion? You just said in your last fight against Parker that the deal you gave him was respectful because he's still a champion. Well, what's a respectful deal to Deontay Wilder? That doesn't make any sense to me, man. It doesn't make any sense at all. And it's crazy because here these guys are with their flip-flopping hypocrisies saying, that fight's not going to do 100 million, and if it does, and if you think it's going to do 100 million, just give me my 50 million up front. Well, how do you know if the fight does 20 million? What if it doesn't do 20 million? What if the fight is a flop, is a straight up bust, and nobody goes to it? Now, that's more than likely not going to happen, but what if it is? So if the fight is a bust, this is something that nobody's talking about. If the fight's a bust and you make 20 million off of it, okay, well, now you just gave Deontay Wilder a $12.8 million flat fee. So that means you're stuck with $8 million out of a $20 million fight. So being realistic, the fight is going to make more than any other fight. You know that because you're offering Deontay Wilder more money than you offered anybody else besides Vladimir Klitschko. You're offering him more money than that. So you're estimating, that this fight is going to make at least what the Vladimir Klitschko fight made. That's what you're estimating. It's going to make at least that. At least. But the crazy part about it is Anthony Joshua didn't make that much. He made more money in the Parker fight, which was his highest payday to date. He made more money in the Parker fight than he did in the Klitschko fight. So this is all around a big excuse to avoid Deontay Wilder. All around. It's just not a good look. And then you come out saying, well, if Wilder doesn't sign, then I'm just gonna fight Povetkin or Gerald Miller. But you're gonna fight Povetkin or Gerald Miller for way less than you will fight Deontay Wilder. Way less. That makes no sense at all. It doesn't just make logical sense, it doesn't make business sense. You know, so all around this is just BS, man. Best fight the best boxing and I'm out.